you're only supposed to really have one meal a day. That's all y'all need, and y'all need to eat that together.
It's like a kidnap charge to me.
But if you do leave, you have to be back by 6 o'clock. You can't go out after dark. No, they might pray a couple of times, say a couple Bible verses, but it's mostly talking about their past, their HIV, their whatever drug addictions and all that good stuff.
I don't think it's real.
All she really said is, you know, you may talk face to face with your sponsor and never know it.
Yeah, she honestly just made it up as she went. Like, every day there was a new rule added onto the thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, I've noticed that after like a week or so being there, and I came in the tent, you know, talking to her, I was like, man, she's just making rules up as she's going. Like, damn. Like, she said she's been doing this before for a while and helping people, and you would think if she's been doing this for a little while and helping these people, she would already have a set list of rules. Yeah, like, first of all, I'm damn 30 years old. Not even my mama gonna tell me being at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, it was more like
one meal.
One meal.
Come on.
She told us you're only supposed to really have one meal a day. That's all y'all need, and y'all need to eat that together. One person designated to cook, you know, and it'll change up every so often or every day or whatever. You know, y'all got to eat that one meal together. You know, all of
but
it.
You can't hang out in each other's tent.
And all that good stuff. But I mean, like, I get that, whatnot. But at the same time, fuck that.
Right.
Like, sometimes that's cool. You know, every now and again, cool. Yeah, I eat with people.
Maybe like every other Sunday or something.
I enjoy cooking dinner for my wife at the end of the day. Like,
right.
You know, that's I like to do that. Like, I like cooking.
Yeah, I do too.
I like to eat food, but there's a lot of food I don't like and can't eat. Like red sauce, I can't do it. I get mad heartburn. Like,
what do you live on?
Hot sauce is one of those things I'm not supposed to eat. It's gonna be mad heartburn, but I cannot put that.
Like,
I eat a handful of Tomes.
No, don't eat it.
Crying.
Yeah.
Dear.
Rusty and Lucy, she took.
What?
Yes.
I had no idea.
It's like a kidnap charge to me.
Rusty and Lucy talked to me for like 2 minutes.
As long as they're doing great, good.
That kind
Rusty,
of like sounds like kidnap.
you know, Rusty and Lucy are good people. Like, you know, those were one of the few people that we actually, you know, spoke to and then kind of hung out with on a regular basis day to day.
Same personalities.
You know, want us to befriend each other and talk with each other and whatnot. Like,
we went up them on that one.
Like, you couldn't be in each other's tents, and she was just like making up excuses with, you know, random ass diseases
like
and
staph
stuff.
infection.
Yeah, like
what?
So you know what we did?
Like,
we sat outside our tent and everybody hung outside the tent.
Oh yeah, we just party all day, every day. Just hung out outside our tent.
That made them mad.
Oh yeah, they
people outside one tent.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, stuff like that. To like give them water or electricity.
Yeah.
Don't do it because they're not getting it. They're not getting any benefit out of it.
Right.
Clothes, they will never see it. Food.
Oh, like the Maggie Valley shit.
Food.
Yeah, we were told about that too.
We're only allowed to take
Kinda.
Yeah, a little bit.
certain amounts, little bits at a time, and only what they need for like a night or whatever.
Wow.
Like, not really allowed to have much, and then they'll take that food and just get rid of it, give it to somebody else.
I heard they give people spoiled food.
That's
Like there was some people didn't know that the packages like ballooned up. It's bad.
Yeah.
They were trying to get that to people.
Like they left, they left a whole bunch of boxes of meat out overnight and a whole day.
Dude.
And they tried to give it to us to cook up. And yeah, it was.
Obviously, she don't care.
No.
She gave it.
This was at the camp where they
They're
had a
fridge.
freezer. Yeah, they just.
She has no intentions of feeding
They,
people, that's why.
Like, we're not allowed in the office or whatever, so we couldn't put it away. And they just weren't there to do it. And that's another thing too. They told the police that day that they're here 24/7. They're always.
Oh yeah.
They spent one night, you know.
Yes, you're not allowed to ask for rides, and you're not allowed to leave.
Are you recording?
And if you do,
Yeah.
well, if you do, you can leave. But if you do leave, you have to be back by 6 o'clock. You can't go out after dark. You can't be asking for rides though. You can't go asking anybody for rides.
Yeah, you can't ask for a ride if you have a ride.
If you go out, you come back, you gotta be searched.
Wow.
And all that good stuff. I mean, it was just basically
chopping wood.
taking the wood off their trucks and all that good stuff and chopping wood, which that was benefiting us because, you know, we needed the wood anyway.
Right.
So that
But it was mostly helping them get rid of the donations.
so they can take off the dirt.
We loaded it up for them and they hauled it up. We never got any of it. I mean, they had a dump trailer slap full of donations. They had a camper slap full of Amazon bag boxes. And I mean, from floor to ceiling, from one wall to the front, you couldn't even walk in there. It was just packed. Yeah, you had to live up to their standards and do exactly, you know, what they said and follow by every one of the rules. And I mean, if you ask for a ride, they're gonna tell you, you know, if you do it again, you're gonna leave. If you fail a drug test or whatever, you know, for anything, THC, whatever, you're gonna leave. Yeah, she told us.
Get IDs for sisters in Christ.
She told us that there was sisters in Christ and that, you know, it would be a lot easier and, you know, we didn't have to read all the other good IDs because it was being done through sisters in Christ. And
pretty much like that.
And all that.
Through an organization that doesn't exist.
You know, and I just kind of believed it, but it didn't sound like bogus, but I was, I guess, wishful thinking and hoping. That's why we went there, because there was promises of IDs, and I asked her every other day about IDs. Like, that's the only reason why I went. That's all I wanted.
Oh, he did too. He harassed.
We're not responsible for giving you rides and making sure you get to your probations or the stores and whatnot. You know, y'all got to figure that out for yourselves. And
What the fuck?
then at the same time, we weren't allowed to ask for rides.
Yeah,
Right.
like I had befriended another couple that we were talking to, and we were like, you know, if you ever need anything, knock on the door, we'll take you to the store. So I did. They brought us cigarettes, came back, and she's like, where'd you go? I was like, oh, well, the couple up here. She's like, don't be going knocking on people's door, begging for really awful. They said if we needed to go somewhere, you said if we had a ride,
Right.
we can leave.
Yeah.
We kind of gave them a little heads up before they left. And when Ann was like, oh, you can come unload it in the little church area. And they're like, no, we got a couple other stops. Kind of like talked it over what they were going to do. And they like popped up like 4 or 5 hours later and then finished.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Wow.
God forbid you went in anything. She's like, don't touch anything. I have to, you know, make inventory of how many and this and that.
Well, so one weekend, one of the last weekends where he was coming, he had some, you know, emergency stuff happening where he had to go out of town and do other stuff. He was going to have one of his deacons come by there and have the church service. And he had texted her like the day before and all, you know, the other stuff, and you know, to make sure it was okay and whatnot. But she didn't get back to him until like after 2 p.m. on Sunday night. So yeah, that was fine. He was like, you know, well, a little too late for that now.
That was
like that was supposed to be, you know, way earlier. Basically, he was catching on to their stuff too, and we kind of like stopped helping, stopped bringing people, and they ended up blocking him and his wife. They're not out there no more, along with a bunch of other people. But he found us. He's want to talk to us about going and whatnot. And basically, he just told us what he was told, and he was, you know, really upset about the whole thing too, because everything that he was told and he told us never happened. It was all just no program.
See, fine.
Hopefully after 30 days, you'd be moved into a camper and in the hot tent and shit.
But at the same time, she would say, well, how can I put y'all in a camper when y'all don't have jobs and can't afford? She said, those people that get food stamps need to use their food stamps to feed everybody else in the village.
If you only got like $291, you were expected to feed 13 people.
Holy shit. She wanted you to share it with everybody?
Oh my God.
Basically, you know, to say, call on that a bunch of us had food stamps, but a few of us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Say, well, y'all don't really need stuff out of the pantry. Y'all got food stamps. You can use that to feed each other and whatnot.
But then she didn't want you to leave, though.
Yeah. I mean,
And how dare you say take care of each other and feed each other? You brought me in here.
Right.
I'm
And there's a ton
sorry.
of
I mean,
food here.
I'm not gonna see nobody hungry, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna see my wife and kids fed first.
Yeah, make sure we're taken care of,
Right.
yeah.
If they can't eat, then I'm sorry. Y'all got a food pantry. Why can't you eat? I mean,
That's wild.
This food pantry, before they took everything out and gave it away to some other people, whatever they did with it, was slap full. You could barely walk in there.
Dang.
But yet you could take very little stuff, barely any cans of Viennas, and then pack a ramen, and that was all that
Wow.
you get.
I mean, that's like commissary from jail.
Right.
Right?
She stood over top of you, watching you the entire time, making sure you didn't take more.
Oh my God.
Stuff in there was just just sitting in there. It's going bad, and nobody can have it. Nobody's eating it, and then and there's more and more and more coming in to the point to where like can't like store it all. Like she's running out of room. Like there's so much damn donations coming in, and people are giving her so much stuff. Like she had no room for more food in there. And when you got that many donations coming in, and you have a good thing going for you, why would you want to like let it just sit and go bad? Like yes, it has a high shelf date, lasts for a while, but nothing lasts forever.
No.
Everything has an expiration date. Let people go in there and get some damn food and be full and happy, and not have to go in there every single day.
Exactly.
Get enough to last you for a couple of days or whatever. And Ryan and Kristen heard about it because the pastor guy that was helping them out went to the woods they were in, and basically he went there with his church people and his peoples and brought them all a bunch of hot food and some clothes and blanket dog food and all that other good stuff, and told them about it, and said, hey, there's this place that you can go, and they're helping you get IDs and jobs, and get back into society and not do the homeless thing. And, they were getting ready to have a baby. They had their baby in March.
Yeah. They just recently. I literally saw her the other day in Walmart.
He was already keen on going, and we were at McDonald's one day, and he came up to us, and came to me and told me, I want to extend this invitation to you, and whatnot. And he told me about it, and I was like, yeah, that sounds real good, but when he told me about it, I was like, I don't know, gonna do that. And I talked to her about it, it sounded good, but the way he told it was like, basic, get help, whatnot, and it sounded good, but it's kind of iffy, because. And then we were sitting in McDonald's one day, just sitting there charging, and the pastor walked up on us, sat there with us, and he just snuck up and scared the hell out of us, actually.
Oh dear, I'm like,
He started telling us more about it, more detail of what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to entail, and the hell we were supposed to get. And it sounded good. When he said IDs are like a guarantee, like it's gonna happen, I was like, yeah, I want to do it. Like that's all I want, damn ID. I don't need help getting a job. I could do that just fine.
Right.
It's just an ID. That's the only reason why I can't get a job. And where I'm from, it's small like that anyway. It's country as hell and it's like that. But still, that was at least back home. You can ride a bike or walk to a job.
Right.
And at least it's flat, not a damn mountain.
Yeah.
And he made it sound good, and he basically convinced us to go the next day. And he agreed to do it, and we came back home that evening, and packed our shit up, got all of our shit ready that we were going to take. And next day, he met us that afternoon and catch on what was happening, because we left a lot of stuff behind, so like there was stuff we needed.
Dang.
And they didn't
so now
really
we're like,
wanna,
did we just make the mistake?
they didn't really want to give it to us. They gave us a hard time about getting it. Clothes especially. Like they didn't want you to have clothes.
That part's kind of weird.
So crazy.
They didn't want you to take the clothes.
Like it was 10 outfits per
Oh hell!
person.
One day that me, Israel, and Rusty went to their warehouse place, and there was probably every bit of 100 bags of clothes out there that were as tall as me and weighed as much as me, and they all got stuffed in the warehouse.
Oh my god.
And we had to move them from in front of that little store place or whatever it is there to their warehouse part, and it took us. Ryan told me, he said, when we get back to the camp, you guys can, rest and relax. Those bags were heavy. That was a lot of work. They said we didn't have to do nothing else in the day. We can go back and relax and whatnot. I mean, it was getting late in the evening by then. Nope. I got back to the camp and still had to sleep.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
But all the donations that came in there, you couldn't have none of it. You couldn't get any of it. Like, you couldn't even look at it.
And she didn't even tell you, like
if you're,
why.
even if you're just peeking in boxes, just curious what it is.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
She'll tell you to get out of it, and you can't have any of that. They need to distribute it and give it to you as you need it, and all that good stuff. And about that, but I do know that she favored basically, just did as she said, and that she, like her picture perfect people to have, and. Those are the people she liked. She didn't like me because I got a habit of I can't shut the fuck up. I don't care about their donations and what they're doing with their damn donations and all this other stuff. I wanted an ID, but now I'm catching on to like all this stuff. And I mean, like every single day, truckloads of stuff coming in, and we're all day long unloading trucks and loading their stuff up to take it out of here. and like nobody's getting any of it. So you could take a bag in there, like a Walmart bag, and that was basically it.
So you better be real good at Tetris.
Like, yeah, that was basically it. Whatever, I mean, you can get in the bag, she'll let you take, but at the same time, if you were taking too much of something, she'll tell you not to, or just basically limit what you were taking and tell you, you know, don't be greedy. You know, some of this is for the next people that come in, and only take what you need for the night, and whatever, and all that good stuff. And kept saying too that y'all don't need to really eat but one meal a day. Y'all need, and that meal will be cooked with everybody. You know, one person will be designated cook, and you know, I like cooking dinner with my wife and eating dinner with my wife. I don't know any of these other people who care about them like that. I wish them the best and all that good stuff. No hard feelings. I'm not sitting down to eat dinner with these people every day. I'm not in prison. I'm not all that other good stuff. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Her excuse was to kind of like teach you life skills.
Yeah, teach us how to be
a part of society.
Part of society and be a human, I guess you could say. But,
that's dehumanizing to say that in general. It's like, oh, you guys don't know how to eat with people, so
that's all it was. Like I said, I'm not there because of no damn drugs and all that other good stuff. It's probably literally because we don't have IDs. You know, hers got suspended and taken. Mine's busted and broken, and it expires in May. And for that, I don't have my birth certificate or social security card. That I'm not from here. Like back home where I'm from, I told you, it's a small place. Everybody knows everybody. And, you know, ID's never been a problem for me getting a job back home. Out here, it's a different story. You know, nobody knows me. It's a bigger area. You know, more populated cities and all that. You know, it's a little bit harder. Had opportunities to get a job, but the ID has always been the one part that stops me from getting the job.
Right.
Taste.
I had it so many times with a social security card for years.
I have no problem walking.
2 hours.
When I was in my early 20s, I used to walk 2 hours one way just to get to work. I want to work. Like, this is not what I want. If this was a choice, then you'd be living a whole lot different.
Yeah.
This is not what I want. This is not where I want to be. It's not what I want for her. I want to work. I want a job. Like, I put ads out on Craigslist straight up. I'm homeless. I need work. I'll walk, whatever, and you know, just put it out there. But it don't really work out like that here. Could care less. I mean, I'll say this stuff straight to them too. It doesn't matter to me. What are they gonna do to me?
Exactly.
You know. What do you want to know? Like criminal history. What kind of background you want to know? Because I ain't really been in much trouble.
Did most of the people you saw get kicked out? Was it? She tries to make it sound like it's just drugs, but we keep hearing all kinds of other things.
We were kicked out, you know, because something was said that they didn't like, but they wouldn't tell me what was said. But you know,
pretty sure that
I didn't put a couple pieces together. But you know, I just wanted them to tell me, you know, like, tell me why you're making me leave. Don't beat around the bush. Be direct. Tell me, like. I'll tell you, yeah, I said that. I ain't no stranger to it. I don't care. So that's why we got kicked out. Barry got kicked out the same day we did because they don't like his attitude, is what they said to him. Because he was asking, trying to find out, why are you kicking me out? Like, what did I even do? And they told him straight up, because I don't like your attitude.
Wow.
Because you know he's one of those old heads.
Israel and Sheila, they got kicked out because Debbie said that she was selling her food stamps for pills, but Sheila said that Debbie had her food stamp card. So who's really using the food stamps for pills? You know, in that case, if she have her food stamp card. So I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It was questionable some days, because she really liked to talk about pills and her 27 pills a day. She doesn't need all that, and she don't take no medications for anything, not even the HIV apparently. I really tried to just not be around them as much as I could. Especially in the evening hours of the day.
Like a 30-minute meeting turns into a 2.5-hour conversation about the same shit.
Let's leave. We were in there packing all of our shit up, and then they called a meeting, and we had to go to, even though we were being
What
kicked
the
out.
hell?
Yeah, it was mandatory
what?
They made
church.
us go, even though we had to leave. You know, we had to stop packing our stuff up and go up there. And
We don't do church.
Oh,
But out of respect for Kevin and them.
and
Yeah, well, that's cool.
there for 2 hours, and the kids were with us that day.
And there you can
And
see all of his
like
face.
their ride had to leave because they made us have the Victoria come and get them and take them back because they were making us leave. So we had all that in place, and she showed up and she sat there for an hour and a half.
Oh my
She
God.
wouldn't let anybody leave, go out there and sit there and listen to them. And basically, it's just the same thing they say it's a whole bunch of.
Tried to do it that way, and then it was like a woe is me story.
Yeah, I didn't take it as motivational at all. I took it as, you know, this is what I went through. This is my story, you know, and you know, I did drugs just like you, and you know, I'm no different than you, and you know, and all this.
Hello,
And,
I barely did drugs.
basically, it
Cocaine
was
was
just,
my go-to, but that was it.
you know, it was just always drugs. Really, if she wanted some motivational speech, it could have been helping us get IDs.
Right.
Motivational. No, they might pray a couple of times, say a couple Bible verses, but it's mostly talking about their past, their HIV, their whatever drug addictions and all that good stuff. And
Yeah, like
and the Aryan Brotherhood,
I mean,
yeah, too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
that's right. I didn't even think about that. So he's got like in each state one domestic. To do one per, so it can't leave.
Yeah.
They never brought any of that up, but
Oh, I'm
No, that's
sure.
news to
they
us.
definitely like to talk about how they were drug addicts.
Oh, and Martha's husband.
See, I
they
didn't
work
even know
together,
he
so they-
was.
You know, I think they
Hello, what are you doing?
really talk about drugs like it's something.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes in there is withdrawing right away. No matter who it is, and you're a liar if you say you're not.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
man.
I went in there pretty fucking sober.
Yeah, it felt more like a rehab
like,
than anything.
I didn't even smoke weed
A
for
shitty
a
rehab at
couple
that,
weeks
they're not
before I
even
went in
helping
there.
you detox.
And I just buy weed out of the vape shop.
Right.
You know, the legal stuff.
Wow.
After I went to you know, jail for the possession and all that, I didn't like it. I ain't going back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm sober. You know, I smoke some weed and I buy it out of the vape shop. I'm being legal about it. Plus, back home in Virginia, it's legal.
Yeah, Michigan is.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't say nothing about that. Now she did say something about I used to run a homeless shelter and all that. But that's the gist of it. She didn't really say any details or anything about it. Just I used to run a homeless shelter.
Miss Martha over there.
And when she told me about that, I Googled most of it and learned it on my own. It ain't hard for me to Google. A couple of different things. You know, she was donated $1 million. She used it to pay off her house in Lake Lure. You know, and used the money for a bunch of other stuff, for kids or something along the lines of that.
Bought kids' cars.
And then, you know, when the money was brought up, she said, oh, you know, I never got, you know, something like that, and something happened, and she don't have the money. So heard that she had like an all women's homeless shelter, and then she started bringing men in there, but she didn't have anybody that could care for the men. So it was women taking care of men, and a whole bunch of, you know, sexual stuff going on and whatnot. So I mean, I'm not surprised, because one of the things she used to say when she was doing all her woe is me things is that she used to be a hoe. And she,
yeah.
you know, sorry, I don't know, fucking camera-friendly term. Yeah, she quite literally said that. Really? But the gist of it was that she slept around, and that's basically how she got it. She was a hoe.
How many stories is that now?
Putting the pieces of what she said together, and to me, it came from sleeping around.
Right. I mean.